Shamea started it. What's good, everybody? Thank you all so much for clicking on the video. I really appreciate it. Baby, I had to come down here real quick because I seen exclusive. Real Housewives of Atlanta star Porsha Williams and Shamea Morton almost came to blows during their cast trip to Scotland, but Drew Sidora broke it up.
What?
Okay, baby. Okay. Now, this was reported by the Neighborhood Talk. It says, neighbors, y'all know I keep my ears out in these streets, but the tea is brewing down in the A with our Southern Belle Peaches, specifically with Porsha Williams and Shamea Morton. Last season, we saw their lifelong friendship deteriorate before our eyes, and viewers can expect to see the continuation of the fallout on this upcoming season, with things escalating to the point that hands were almost thrown. My source down in the A told me that during their cast trip to Scotland, Porsha and Shamea got into a heated, nasty old argument, and it got to the point where the two almost put their paws on each other. But Drew Sidora stepped in the middle before laces went flying, baddie style. Child, where is the season 17 trailer? Okay, and because this drop of tea has me ready. Listen, where is the trailer? Okay, Porsha said at BravoCon that they were coming for the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But I didn't think that they was going to give us this, okay? I believe that Shamea started it.
I don't give a fuck what y'all saying. I don't give a fuck what y'all saying at all.
I don't know what happened. Listen, again, I could be wrong because I was wrong when it came to Candace and Monique. Again, I told y'all before, I thought that just by seeing the headlines that it was Candace that started it. And once I watched the season, it was Monique that started it, okay? But I think I speak for everybody that watched this show and say that we're not really invested in this. I want Shamea to get her ass whooped. I don't like the bitch. It is what it is. I don't like her, but we haven't really seen Porsha and Shamea's friendship on this show like that. This is not a friendship that we saw. We just see her being the do-girl all the time.
And you placed her further.
And that's who she is. I think that she leveled up and married a man. And I think that she thought that, the fans would, because of her lifestyle, that the fans would gravitate to her over Porsha. But it's just not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Nothing about Shamea's and her life people want.
Hell no.
Okay? And I think that people just don't like Porsha. Shamea has done a lot on this show. And then everybody always goes and blames Porsha. Shamea brought up what happened between her mama and Miss Diane on the show and tried to play like she didn't. You get what I'm saying? We seen after the show ended, I saw Shamea people over there crying and casting spells on Porsha and her mama.
And when it comes down to my mother,
we saw it. And I'm just being real with you. I'm just not invested in the friendship between Porsha and Shamea. I'm just not invested in. We haven't really seen a friendship. We don't really know the ins and outs of it. And Drew, I want you to sit your ass down. I want you to sit down. You're going to have to let them fight it out because they're going to keep on getting into it. This is really deep-seated. It started off with their mamas. And I feel like at this point, if y'all going to give us real reality TV, Shamea, since you already started, you might as well tell us what happened between Diane and your mama, because I know it's deeper than that. It's deeper than the restaurants. The way that y'all are arguing and fighting, I feel like it's behind a man. I feel like it's behind a man, okay? So the girls are taking a trip to Charlotte. I wonder who set this trip up. For for Drew to be the person that's breaking up the fight, it almost giving me that she was probably sitting next to them for her to try to break it up. But let's be real. If we having real talk, if Drew is the person that broke the fight up, them girls weren't really trying to fight.
Real talk.
Somebody probably just stood up over each other and they almost stood up over each other. But given me trying to fight and Drew is in the middle of the way trying to stop him, no. Somebody breaking up a fight and trying to stop somebody that's really wanting to fight was Tammy around there on their roof when she was trying to get it. What's the girl named DJ Duffy? That's somebody that was really trying to fight. We saw Tammy go through the whole cast and security and production trying to get at Duffy. These girls weren't really trying to fight. If you telling me that Drew is the only person that stopped them from fighting. But Porsha, I must say this. You are going to take the fall for this.
You did this! You did this! God damn you! You did it! I know you did it!
Speak.
You did! Yes, you did! Yes, you did! Yes, you did!
Because this is going to be your almost your fourth altercation on camera. It was with Kenya, then it was with Jamie in the alley, then it was with Cynthia. Okay, so this and it says almost came to blow, so I guess it doesn't count as a real fight. Well, fourth, it was over there with you and Dennis and his mama. You, Dennis, and his mama and your cousins and stuff. You was over there throwing stuff, and so I don't think that this is a good look for you. Even though I feel like Shamea started it. I feel like that Shamea was okay with being Porsha's do-girl.
You placed a further.
I don't know if I even really believe that she was a do-girl. I just think that it came off that way because Porsha held the peach and Shamea did not. And I think that a lot of people put stuff in Shamea's head about Porsha. And then now she's on the show and she feels like that she's Porsha's equal. I do feel that way. You know, and I feel like if we're being honest with you, Real Housewives of Atlanta is not their heyday. It's not the show that it used to be. In my opinion, I believe that Beverly Hills is better than Atlanta. I believe this season of Potomac was better than the last season of Atlanta. You know, I believe that we got good people on the show like Angela, but it's not what it used to be. So I feel like for Shamea to boss up and marry a man with money and try to get on the Real Housewives of Atlanta, I don't see the need for her to try to do that in 2025 or 2024 or 2026. I don't see the need for her to do that, especially if she thinks that it's going to break up a friendship between her and Porsha. And I do understand Porsha's hesitation with Shamea being on the show. When you have a best friend or a family member on the show, which is how I understand Kyle. A lot of people don't have siblings, and a lot of people don't have siblings who are close in age like I do. My brother and sister are actually twins, and we're all Irish triplets because we were born within 12 months of each other. Right? I was born in June. They was born the following May. So within the 12-month period, we were born within that same 12 months. But it's almost like you can't even really be yourself. Porsha cannot move amongst the group the way that she wants to because she has to always now look out for Shamea. If Shamea is in a beef with somebody, I can't be in a good space with them. Like we see it now with Kiana and Angel. Angel can say that she tried to give the other girls a fair shot, but you did not. You came on the show inheriting the beefs that Kiana had with the people, and you almost have to move the way that Kiana moves within the group, right? So I can understand Porsha, especially Porsha being on the show since season 5. I think that she probably missed 1 or 2 seasons since then, you know, already knowing how it's going to go with Shamea being on the show, right? I'm going to have to get into the beefs that you with. It's going to be some things that I don't take it serious that you're going to take serious, and it's just not a good look. It's just not going to be a good look for their friendship. But yeah, I'm happy that the girls went to Scotland. Where did they go last season? I don't remember that trip out of. Oh, they did. They went out of the country. They went to. I forgot. They went to Job wherever they had Job at. I remember that they did go out of the country last year. But it's nice to see them going to Scotland. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for the trailer to see what's actually going on. I initially thought that they was already through filming the show already from what Porsha was saying at BravoCon. I thought that they was already through filming this season for her to say already that we coming for Salt Lake City. You know, so how do you know y'all coming for Salt Lake City? The season ain't even wrapped yet.
Do you really know? Do you really know?
You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, you know, stuff like this is what I think is the girls not really giving us real reality TV. This could be a stunt. This could be a stunt, especially if Kyle know about it already. You get what I'm saying? I think that Porsha put this girl, this whole lesbian, this Porsha eat pussy sure.
That's just like when you was kissing me in the club and told me you wanted to eat my till I came.
But do I think that she's around here going with a stud? I think that is for a storyline. It's for a storyline, just like her over there trying to be Porsha Luther King.
Oh, bitch!
And that's the disrespect to Martin Luther King, but her around here trying to be the civil rights activist and stuff. All of a sudden, to me, I feel like all of that stuff that Porsha was doing, it was all for a storyline, and I think that Porsha think it looks good for the show, and that's not giving us real reality TV. That's not real reality TV. Okay. But I'm really interested in the season. Do I think that it's going to? We'll see. You know, I like Angela. I don't really think that Porsha is. I mean, not Porsha. Phaedra. I don't really think that Phaedra is needed. We'll see. I haven't heard anything. We got K. Michelle joining the cast, and then we got the girl from what is it? What is it? Is it a vegan spot? I thought she had Pinky's. We got Pinky Cole joining the show, so we'll see how the season progresses. But, you know, those are my thoughts. If you ask me, I believe that Shamea started it, and I'm standing on it until the season start. Okay, it's some shit going on with Shamea. And I see it clearly.
There's something brewing with that bitch, but I'm going to find out what that is.
Okay, her and her whole family or what I was doing was preying on Porsha's downfall. Okay, but y'all let me know what y'all think. Who do y'all think started it? And do y'all understand Porsha not wanting Shamea to come on the show because she doesn't really want, you know, to have to, almost like what we see with Kiana and Angel. You know what I'm saying? Almost like if Shamea said, I gotta be sad. If Shamea beefing with somebody, I gotta be beefing with him. You know, it's very hard to navigate a friendship group or be on a reality show if you have a best friend or a sibling on the show. We've seen it with Kiana Angel. We've seen it with Kyle and Kim. You know, it's hard. Shit, we kind of seen it with Cynthia and Kenya when they went on the what was it? I believe it was the first girls trip, Bravo girls trip. It's kind of hard to navigate those friendships because you're gonna have a friend that always thinks that you need to have their back within everything. And if you are a good friend, you probably will always have their back. You get what I'm saying? So that's just my thoughts. But thank y'all so much for clicking on the video, y'all. I really appreciate the love and support, and I will see y'all later. Adios.